Okay, guys, this is going to be just a short, down and dirty review of Emby media server. As you can see here in the team viewer window, that's my server. Really classy name, media server. Simple, to the point. I wanted something down and dirty. I wanted to store everything on another computer, put hard drives in it, and just go from there. I installed Mint 18, pretty much stock, updates, blah blah blah, installed Emby. If I'm mispronouncing the name, MB is how I do believe it's called. But anyway, I digress. Here we go. Once you have it installed, you add it to repo, the whole bit. I'm using a GUI server. I wanted it really quick. It's not even, it's a full freaking desktop. Down dirty, let's go, get it done. I have some issues with the software, just like I had issues with Plex. I did use Plex. It was kind of okay. One thing where Plex differs compared to Emby was that Emby kind of messes with my media. I have things in folders. I kind of want them to stay in folders. Emby auto arranges these things and mixes all my files up, at least as far as audio. I just want to show you this here real quick. Well, quick. Alright, that's how you start it. After you basically add the repo and you've installed it, you start Emby with that. You'll have to use this, so I've been told, to add it to user accounts and something else to fix a bug. At least it was. They may have fixed this. That's just showing you that I did have to do that at one point. This is how you add it to System D and make it a service so it auto starts every time you start the server. Now, because, once again, yeah, don't beat me up, the rest of the Linux community. Why do you want a GUI on a server? Why didn't you use just Ubuntu server or Open Media Vault or FreeNAS? Basically, simple. I want it super simple real quick right now. I went with what I knew, and basically you can do this with this. Now, if you don't mind some of the quirks, and of course they're still working on Emby, eventually I'm still undecided. I'm hoping they actually fix the deal with mixing different genres of media within certain folders and not showing certain things. Big issue. Something you don't get with Plex. As I remember, it's been a while since I've even gone into my Plex account. It's still there. I just don't install Plex anymore. I got a home theater PC downstairs, and I got a home theater, well, I have a Kodi install on my main desktop, which you see in the background here. I'm running Kodi 17, so of course that brings its own darn quirks, which I've been finding of lately. Yast and Core don't seem to want to work for me no more on my Android phone, so I have to keep the keyboard and the mouse available. I can't even, because it's Kodi 17, I can't even use my Motorola NYZ board remote. Yeah, I even went that bad. I went back to that. Yeah, I did buy it. Try to support if I can. So that's that. With this, I'm going to show you basically the server interface. What you're going to see here. X. This is where you're going to go to see this lovely thing. The interface. And as you can tell, this is on a local network. No real switch right now. I'm just using a Netgear WNDR 4000 with a DDR ward on it. Really basic stuff. It does with 802 5 gig 802.11n, quick enough to stream from here downstairs. No real lags, no issues thus far. So here we are. Yes, you can purchase and get premium features. You see movies, music, TV, videos. You get a preview of the latest media, blah, 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 blah. Jupiter, Linux Action Show there, folks. Recent rip. Yeah, Dance With Me, recent rip. Yeah, recent. Okay. So, it lets you do trans, coding and everything, converting for media devices, blah, 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 on the fly. I don't sit here with my home theater. Once I learn to speak again, folks. I don't watch stuff on my phone streaming from my home theater. I don't have kids coming around. We like to watch stuff on the big screen, or I watch it on my computer. I'm currently the only one with a computer here. The server was my girlfriend's computer. It has now been repurposed. You can get a folder view, as you see here. And it gives you a little preview, a little collection, blah, 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 blah. Here's the music folders. Now, of course, you can go A to Z, blah, 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 blah. Of course, I have it separated out into users. Why? Because, well, I like to keep them separate. She has her media, I have mine for music. Sometimes I listen to her, sometimes she might listen to some of mine. Whatever. If I go in, okay, 24s, School ED tags it. Look how many tracks. So if I click on it, there's a whole bunch of media in here. There's stuff that I want in separate folders. There's different types of music in there. Yeah, it would be nice if this was... I don't know if that's on that. No. I don't think this is on that. I definitely know this wasn't on that. So, all this should be in a folder. If we go, I'm going to minimize the browser here. If we go into my media, which is auto-mounted on startup, beautiful thing. That's my setup. 3 folders, 3 users, beautiful thing. Simple, elegant. Look, I have it in stuff. It's real simple. I want them separated into categories. I want this. I want that. I'm picky. Everything should be in there. That should be in there. Everything that should be in there should be in there. Everything that should be in there should be in there. Why is it next? And as I can see here, I'm also having other things. But I digress. That's shown you there. Let's show you in Kodi how beautiful it is. By the way, the syncing that you were seeing has been, how can I say this? Only in recent with Kodi 17. I even have a pop-up at times. For a while there, it wasn't linking back into the server again. As you saw, I go files, it's there. I see my folders that I want, blah blah blah. Syncing would always crash out. Could be an MB's thing. It could be a Kodi 17 thing. As Kodi 17, I do believe is still in testing. Now it's working a lot better. This that you're seeing, the processing of items, has not been going on. It would go for a second, and then it would say the job crashed or did something. Restart, and or it told me it was syncing, and that I should restart Kodi. And it would just continue in a loop doing this. Let's go albums. I want to show you how bad the auto organize actually does in here. Or at least it did. As you saw here. Okay. Most of these should not be here. Doubles could be because of me, because of grabbing my media and having doubles, and ones in MP3s and ones I converted to FLAC, blah 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 blah. Okay. I do believe that's what's supposed to be there, but as you can tell, the album art is not even the right album art. At least Onyx is. NAS is. This should be in an album by itself. I have the full album. Spice One? It's not Spice One cover. TI? None. None. 24's radio? None. Taylor Swift was actually, I'm actually surprised. Beat Nuts? No. Holy Free Holy? It's actually there. Game? Yes. Timberland? No. Trick Daddy? No. Wu-Tang? No. So there's some issues. Bone Thugs? Yeah. Alright. So there's some tagging, some other stuff. I've tried cleaning it up. I've tried doing some other things, using some other tools. Does it work? Yeah. It's super simple. You can install a desktop without doing it via the server. You can use server versions and install it and get it. Cool. Okay. Our settings tab. Pretty simple. Boom, boom, boom. Devices. It tells you what devices you connected to recently. And as you can still see in the background, it's still syncing. Now I may, once again, because I'm running Kodi 17 on both this PC and the home theater PC downstairs. That being able to pause a video here and pick it up downstairs has not worked. Of course, I don't think I was able to even do that in Plex, but I didn't have a separate Plex server at that time, I do believe. I think I was running Plex on a desktop. So, I didn't really need that function. Now, it would be a beautiful thing to have. Library views, users, only one here. If you want to give it a go and it works for you, go for it. You can play back. You can sync. You can transcode. Auto-organize. Bane of my existence. Bane of my existence. Live TV function, which is pretty snazzy if you have one of those nice network TV recorders, PVR setups. Thing of beauty. Something needed in Linux. But wait, can or cannot we buy Linux hardware or hardware that works in Linux? And did we not and still have, besides Kodi when it added, and XBMC before it was Kodi added live TV, didn't we have another PVR function / software hint Myth TV that was pretty damn good. I don't know why Kodi decided to go with their own solution instead of just reaching out to MIF TV and saying, hey, we would like to work with you, and since you guys have like all these nice functions built in to your PVR freaking software already, can we just work together and add MIF automatically to this? Yes, you can still, or at least I do believe you can still add MIF TV to Kodi if you don't want to use the built-in. Am I 100% sure on this? No. Am I using live TV function? No. I'm not going to show you my add-ons and stuff like that. We don't need to go there. Neat stuff. You can get plugins. I have it there. This is working, as we see in the background now. Now, metadata. I can add, edit, go through there. It's pretty nice. You see all this stuff. I can go on music and it pulls up stuff. Neat stuff. I can cast. But wait, can't we even do that within Kodi with a plugin? It just seems to me that a lot of the Linux community, at least of late, is we're rebuilding the wheel when we already have wheels and gears and add-ons that do the same function, just because we want to do it our way. I may be wrong in this. Flame me if you want. Freaking say what you want. Here's another thing that, at least for me, if you're looking into a NAS, if you're looking into a media server, or building your own, or getting an appliance, running one, say, in a VM, most likely you already have some form of player that you want to use. Why add this function within the server software? And kind of have the answer for the Android TV devices. But once again, if you're gonna be doing this with a Linux box or an Android TV and you're a Linux user, or even a Windows user, aren't you already going to have a front end? You basically want a stripped down, low resource, that basically holds your media and then gets out of your way. Does Plex and does Emby do this? Sure. can I go out over the web and from, if I'm out of town, if I can remote in or set up the login and do it? Yeah. Am I going to do this? Most likely not. I don't travel that much, but that's my choice. I'm not really sure about accessing my data from, say, a hotel I'm staying at, even if it's on my phone over their Wi-Fi. Once again, maybe a little too watching of Hack 5. Maybe a little too much paranoia. Is my current setup here really, really secure right now? No. Not really. I went convenience over security. Faux pas. Beat me, damn it. But it's what I wanted. Am I going to make it more secure? Most likely. I did have a PF Sense box going at one point. Freaking loved it. I'm going to go with a Linux one, an IP Firebox, I do believe. I have everything sitting there. It's just converting the hardware part is what's next for me. And luckily I have a mini ITX that I want to do this with. And I have a case that I can do this with. I just need to get some more parts. Overall, of late, and maybe on the Windows platform, it had been a little more. Maybe I'm just nitpicking. I mean, especially because of the messing up of my media. And the fact that it wants to organize, tag, and do all this. I have that function in Kodi. I want Kodi to be my front end. I want to be able to eventually, which I can, which you can go to YouTube and find the guide to do it. I want to be able to sit there and launch Big Picture from my Kodi and play on a box downstairs if I want to. I want to be able to use my tuner, which with the TV function here, yes, can do it. Are there quirks with Kodi? Oh my God, yes. But overall, it does its freaking job. Let me close this. With that, I mean, once again, it's an issue for me. It's working. I'm in the TV section, or as it calls it here for some reason, video. But, no. But when I go TV shows, it shows me now, at least. It shows me genre, tags, blah, blah, blah. But when I go to the main folder, why is it showing me my videos? And it says movies. Why is it showing me the movies folder? I want them separate. I don't want it mixed up. Once again, my issue. I don't see the usefulness of this. I see Kodi as a beautiful app. And I'm very happy with it. Kodi 17. Stable. I'm running it full time. Am I having issues with the some software like Emby because I'm not running Kodi 16? Possibly. But it works. And with recent updates they've done, it's working even better. For me, for right now, it's what I'm using. Eventually, will I use a server version and just NFX shares? Possibly. Will I use something like Open Media Vault? So I can just simple add my drives, go from there. Maybe. I've been hearing some good things from Linux Action Show. He's using it now. And they were FreeNAS users. But I kind of like that this is simple. Add a repo, download the program, start it up, boom. It scans your media, it goes, it screams. You're on I'm on wireless downstairs. And it's perfect. No issues. 5 gigahertz, 802.11n. Could it be better? Freak, sure, everything could be better. But it's working for me. I haven't updated to 802.11 AC yet. Do I plan to? Yes. Am I waiting for more Linux supported devices for 802.11 AC? Sure. Eventually, I plan on replacing a big hunky media center PC for something tiny small like a Raspberry. Just for shits and giggles. I still want to be able to game. Streaming works underneath Linux. The game streaming. Steam Screen. Can you do that yet on a Raspberry Pi? Quad core? I do believe I've seen one or two little mentions of it. Would I mind just slapping in the 720 that I have in this server and being able to play GTA 5 in a VM or the like? Yeah. If I could stream it and just use my game PC up here to do all the heavy lifting and be able to play, whether it's under Windows or if it's under Linux. Why wouldn't I though? Anyway, so that's my rant. That's my little short stint on MB and some other things. Drop a like. Drop a dislike. Leave me a comment. Thanks for stopping by. Oh, by the way, before we're totally out of this, here's another issue. For some reason, you still need the internet on and functioning So if your internet goes down with Emby, probably with Plex, I've never tried it really, you lose the ability to access the server. So happy joy. Another ding in the category, but the overall install, use, and functions, if you have your internet, if you're not in the woods like I am right now, where you experience power outages, where you're on a connection that tends to be affected by weather, you're golden. You're in the city somewhere, you got a decent connection, you got a fiber, you're not worried about that stuff. Unless somebody cuts the cord or somebody trips over a line at the main switching office and screws everybody's internet. That's it. I'm done. I'm not going to put anything else there. I would say it's about an 8 out of 10. Kodi is pretty much, even with its little issues with showing movie folder within the TV show area, when you go to the root of it, it's still a 10 out of 10. The software just does what you want. MB is improving. I may stick around. Is a server version calling to me where I don't have to have a video card, where I don't have issues with, because I don't have a monitor hooked up? If I could show you guys this, I actually have a total of 3 monitors. 2 in front of me, 1 in back of me, hooked to my KVM, that I have to have that monitor hooked up to get the server to load TeamViewer, so I can remote in and do everything without plugging in a separate keyboard and a mouse to the KVM. I would say it's about an 8. Make your own opinion. You might like this. For an Android TV owner, if you want to use the built-in player, or if it doesn't have a player and you want to use Emby to play the media on that box, I would say bonus for you. Anyone else, besides using a mobile device that you don't have access to VLC or a decent media player on it? I mean, how long has that been? I don't see why they have the player in it. The Linux version shouldn't have that for me. But that's my opinion. And as they say, opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one. But that's it. I hope you enjoy this. Like, dislike, leave a comment. Thank you for your time.